Hey guys, today I'm reading Bad Princess and I'm reading Chapter 5, Part 5. Okay, Chapter 5, Part 5. An unexpected happily ever after. Not all cash for titles marriages ended as unhappily as Duchess Consuelo's. The fate of Winnaretta Singer, 1865 to 1943, Inaira's to the Singer sewing machine fortune, often a bittersweet contrast. She even got to be a real princess. Winnie's life featured the grand hall of two French princes. Prince number 1 was Louis Wilfred de Montbéliard, whom she married to escape a violent stepfather. Their wedding night did not go well. When the prince entered the honeymoon suite, Winnie brandished an umbrella against him and shouted, "If you touch me, I'll kill you." Regardless, Winnie liked being a princess. Her royal title allowed her to indulge her love of art and music. A gifted painter and pianist, she held salons where she presented the music of Debussy, Fauré, Chabrier, and other composers to aristocratic audiences. By 1892, her loathing of the prince outweighed the positive princesshood. Princess Winnie ended her marriage to the same way Consuelo had, annulment. A princess no more. A princess no more. Winnie found her music salon snubbed by Parisian society. A husband was needed and quick, but by then Winnie had realized she preferred the romantic companionship of woman to men. Luckily, her second prince was a far better match, though he initially seemed a risky proposition. Prince Edmond de Polignac was nearly double her age and desperate for cash after losing everything in unwise business deals. He was prone to unexplainable illnesses that led some to consider him a hypochondriac, a person who imagines him or herself to be sick when they aren't. However, like Winnie, he loved music. He was a composer and was more interested in men than women. He wrote in a letter about marrying her, "Our artistic interests will mutually benefit each other, and I hope to be able to make Winnie very happy with the admiration that we both have for art." When their engagement was announced, a friend joked, "The sewing machine is going to marry the Lear." To the surprise of many, their marriage was a roaring success. A princess again, Winnie's music salons regained their audiences. She used them to champion her husband's music, which she genuinely admired. Winnie exhibited her paintings in public, winning praise. The couple grew to love each other deeply. Edmund wrote to Winnie after their marriage, "It is good, rare, and precious to know someone understands you." The couple loved to travel, especially to Venice, where Winnie surprised Edmund by purchasing a palazzo, where he could compose music in peace. It seemed Winnie and her prince would live happily ever after, but Edmund's health, always delicate, soon turned for the worse. He died 8 years after their wedding. Winnie was overcome by sorrow, but she used her tears for good. On the 10th anniversary of his death, the princess established the Fondation Singer Polignac to honor her husband's memory. Its many philanthropic endeavors include public housing project in Paris, one of the first of its kind. Winner-writer, singer, muse, and musician extraordinaire. The history behind the story. Power to the press. Okay. The history behind the story. Power to the press. When Consuelo Vanderbilt married the Duke of Marlborough, article after article appeared in newspapers and magazines about everything from Consuelo's bridal flowers to the clothing in her trousseau. A trousseau is the possessions a bride brings to her new home, clothing, linens, and other household items. Like a dowry, the trousseau is for her personal use. Even the girls' measurements were considered fair game. The New York World paper went so far as to list Consuelo's weight, 116.5 pounds, her waist size, 20 inches, and other private info. I read to my stupefaction that my garters had gold clasps studded with diamonds, Consuelo recounted in her memoir, The Glitter in the Gold. You might be wondering, how did the press learn all this? Did they spy on Consuelo? The truth was, they didn't need to. Mama Alva was often the secret source leaking scoops to reporters. To be fair, Alva was feeding an established market. Stories of heiresses marrying royals were already big news. Two examples. Nearly 20 years earlier, Consuelo's namesake, Consuelo Yuzanaga, caused an eruption in newspaper headlines when she married the Viscount/future Duke of Mandeville in New York City in 1876. Mary Later's 1895 marriage to George Curzon also won press attention, especially after the bride became a baroness and a vicereine of India in 1898. Vicereine was the highest court position a British woman could hold in colonial India, quite the royal leap of rank for American-born Mary. Just as we read People or Us Weekly today for glimpses of celebrity life, it's easy to imagine a turn-of-the-century girl reading about the dollar princesses. Visions of golden corsets and diamond tiaras dancing in her head. Cinderella for a new age. That's where we're going to end for today. Bye, guys.